Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the Christmassy edition of the Tech Talk.
Yay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hello. So we have Christmas at our doorstep. Holidays are here. Uh, it's a different vibe, and that kind of vibe leads us to this talk, community.
Yay.
So dealing with and having community close and talking about our experiences with community. So that is what we are going to discuss today. So um, we have people that are very uh, vested and interested in talking about community, including me today. So we are going to go about and cover some things that we do in 46 Elks that perhaps some of you don't know, and but have noticed perhaps or not. But we're going to clear that out. And I'm going to kind of start with the beginning of 46 Elks and the company and its roots in the community. Some of you don't know, perhaps, that Johannes who is a founder of 46 Elks, has started and was and is an active participant in the IT communities in Uppsala and has vested his time and energy into the whole process. And actually, that is kind of the backbone of 46 Elks. So this is our core value. So uh, Carolina, we have meetups, we have stuff like guides, tutorials, workshops. Can you tell a bit about the things that involve, for example, workshops and how is the whole process panned out? How does it happen? Do we organize some stuff? Are we a part of some stuff? What is going on? How do we um, participate in that part of the community?
Yeah. Uh, I am going to forget some things. Like there are so many touch points, so like I won't be able to
You
remember
cannot
them all.
forget.
But I think like the most I've noticed that like saying that I work in community, like in the tech community or like in the tech world, a lot of people have been like, "Oh my god, that's so exciting. Oh, how fun." But when I explain it to like my friends and family, like, yeah, I work in community, people are more like, what? What's that? Like, what do you do all days? Um, so I've started to explain this, and I know a lot of our coworkers have like laughed at it, but it's a good kind of explanation. I think if you boil community down, it's sort of like talking to people. And I've said it in my own way, like I have a Swedish fika with people. That's what I do all day. Like I meet people digitally or IRL, or I go somewhere and I have a Swedish fika and talk to people. But really, it is like that all of us in 46 Elks are part of community in 46 Elks. And we are a part of a lot of other communities at different companies, organizations, volunteer communities, and we contribute to those as a company, as private people, just as they do to us. So it's more of like meeting people, and some other things that we do is we arrange workshops, or we go to other people's workshops, or we go to meetups, we arrange our own. We go to hackathons, we arrange our own. Like it's always we participate and contribute with what we can and share knowledge and experience, and also we get that in return from other people, so that will help us grow as well. Just like I've learned so much from being a part of like Pie Ladies and Uppsala Women Coding and different groups on forums on Facebook and stuff like that. So yeah, sharing is caring.
Yeah. Jesper, you had also built and was a part. You were a part of building some tutorials, and not just that, not just in written form, but videos and stuff like that. What kind of led you to that, and what was your experience, and what do you think about the whole process?
Ooh, that was actually the first thing I did in 46 Elks when I started last Christmas, actually. So when I applied for the job, I had to, instead of sending in a CV and a personal letter explaining why I am the perfect candidate for the job, we just send an SMS through our API. And then the interview comes after that, so no CV and such, which I found very fun. And I applied for like 3 jobs there: community support and developer, I guess, Linux nerd guy. And for that job, you had to apply directly, like using the API from your own code, kind of. So I tried to send a SMS through my own code, succeeded. After I got help from Ben, who works there as well and I figured I could help other people send SMS as well. I didn't have a lot of guidance, so I had to find my a thing to do before the other people got back from vacation. So and I noticed there wasn't a video guide for sending SMS, so I made one for C#.
And that's the interesting part, that you chose C# and no one else was like had written a guide, had experience with C#. So it, like, I feel what you're trying to say as well is that in community you get a chance to share what you know and can do and see that is missing. So you get like an opportunity to, oh, we don't have a guide on how to send SMS with C#. I'll do it then.
We didn't have a video guide. I can't take credit for the text guide. That was, I think Ben wrote that one.
Yeah, but it's like people also being mindful of that. Some people like to read, some people like to listen, some people like to watch a instruction video. Like that's also a part of like making content. That's important.
Yeah.
And when you make a tutorial in a written form, then some time passes by, and someone can test it out and actually see if all of it works still. That's a good thing to do, and things like what you did, Jesper, was is actually a test, so you can actually see if something is working or not, and that is a good way of kind of being in our clients' shoes. And I like to kind of put it that way. And we like to have it in a sense that we kind of try to put ourselves in their shoes and see if something is really working and how it is working and what is actually the issue if it doesn't, and what is a good thing when it does. So that is the whole experience, I think, regarding building tutorials and guides, like putting yourself in their shoes.
I know that Aya, our coworker, she does a lot of guides and tutorials and blog posts as well. And like she's mentioned a lot of times that like she gets an idea and she wants to build something. I might as well share what I've done in order to do this. So like I think it's so good what you say as well, like putting ourselves in our customers' shoes, but also like it's also a way of just letting people know what's possible to do. like the Notion workshop that you and I, Renee, had, that was based on a guide that Aya had done, and that was based on like just an idea that we got an email from Notion saying that they had an API. Is it possible to do something with that and our API? Yeah, it was. So sharing knowledge and experience and test stuff,
Yeah.
I think.
We all have things that are a part of our lives and our hobbies. So it's more of a curiosity when you have that integration of that API or that service or something that you like to use and our API, 46Elks API. So I also have some like hobbies that are still in the making. I don't have enough time, but hopefully I'll get some time. And actually, when I do it and when I see that it functions and works, I'm going to share it on our tutorial page. Yeah. So that is kind of the point of it. And I kind of wanted to touch on the kind of being close to the community actually helps you build a better service or product. So that is a general rule of thumb that works for everyone, not just for 46 Elks. And because you can get direct and helpful feedback. So community members, and if you surround yourself with good community, they are your biggest fans and biggest supporters and early adopters. So I think that in part 46 Elks owes its growth to that way of thinking and basically having that relationship with the community where they recognize that one of their member is.
Yeah, and also like we can't forget to mention that like a lot of people in our community build stuff that they let us know about, and we can share that and give them credit for it. So we have a lot of people that have done guides and tutorials, or made a plugin, or is building right now a plugin that we will be able to share. Like it's and it's a lot about just being in touch with with our customers and users and people around us that gives us ideas or help us show what they've done. Like that's the really cool part.
It's I'm going to share the part of the community, and I have to emphasize that we have uh, the community tutorials. Can you see the screen? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, so this is the community tutorials, and we have some initiatives, and sometimes people approach us with tutorials that are we integrate them into our official tutorial part, and we have community tutorials that lead to a link directly to the GitHub repository or some other resource. I see that's mostly GitHub or some other resource where people can actually post something regarding 46 Elks, and we will put it here. So that is also our way of communicating and kind of being there for the community. Yeah. So yeah, we have the extended guides and tutorials, getting started with 46 Elks. We do our best to have multiple integrations and things like that. So that is also everything that also shows our talkative nature and the way we communicate with our community. So yeah.
Yeah, and just like having a phone call with a new customer. Like I had one, I think it was like 1 or 2 weeks ago, where I called a new customer, as we do, just to like, hi, how is it going? Do you have any questions? But what are you going to build? And I love that question because they always answer with like, yeah, I was thinking that I was going to do this. And it's so obvious to that person that like, yeah, I'm going to use SMS for this. But for me it's always like, oh, I never thought about that. Yeah, oh, that's clever. I'm wondering if there's like, is there a guide in this? Is it a blog post? Is it like, do you want to come and share and talk to us about this? Like, so I always, always, like most of the time, end up asking, can I call you back in a couple of months when you have tried your solution and just like hear how it went? And
Yeah.
I always get a yes. So I think that's amazing as well.
Yeah, I think that's pretty specific for 46 Elks. We have those calls saying just, hey, hi, welcome. We're here if you need some help, and we will be glad to hear what you are planning to do with our API. That would be super cool. Jesper, do you have some experience calling people also in that way and getting a response? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, a lot of it. It's very fun. I had one today with a taxi company, or like he was developing for taxi services, and I think he just they had experienced some disturbances, like downtime in their system, so they were looking to for a backup system. So it was like, I've been looking at other different SMS providers. Uh, if the system goes down, I need a backup. I'm just gonna build it and using SMS. It's like, if their system goes down, we go over straight to SMS communication, and I guess he's gonna implement it in their system and yeah, use all the communication through us then.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
And
and
that's the cool part. Like that inspires you to think about, oh, could we share like what is happening here? Could we share that in a guide tutorial, tech talk, on a meetup? Could we make that into a workshop? Like,
yeah,
how can we share and actually like really gain something from that inspiration that we get from these talks?
Yeah. It's, we have within all of these initiatives, we also have an initiative within 46 Elks to we basically encourage our employees, and we always look for allies, people that will kind of help us out build new IT communities. So I can tell from my perspective, I had helped build a local IT community here in Croatia. It was sponsored by 46 Elks, and it was quite a nice experience because you don't need a lot of actually financial support. You need a lot of will and motivation to do it, but that's pretty much it. And the community is quite grateful when you step up and try to do something for it so it can grow. So we can use this opportunity to ask anyone that is listening or watching to also reach out to us. And if you want to do something special or something just a meetup, it doesn't have to be special. Just to have some people over for a coffee, reach out to us, and we will try to kind of help you out with our experience and perhaps suggest some things. So we all have here experience with uh, building communities and having organized some stuff, meetups, hackathons, etc. So yeah, reach out and we will try to help. Perhaps we won't be that helpful, but you will never know if you don't reach out.
But I think also, like, I am so thankful for other communities inviting me and making me a part of their communities and groups and things like that. Because, like, I've only been here a year, and I've learned so much in like me as a person, me as a developer, me as a community person. Like I've learned so incredibly much from a lot of people. So I just like I want to make other people feel like that as well. Like, reach out, we can have a chat. It doesn't have to be complicated, and you can learn something, I can learn something, we can end up doing something together, or just have a Swedish fika sometime. That's totally fine as well.
Yeah. It is, so it kind of leads us to these tech talks. So it's kind of a testament of us trying to be there and kind of saying, here, we are open for your comments, questions. If you have something to share, we are open for your input. It doesn't have to be exactly connected with the topic that we are covering today. So we are here, we are available. So I think that is kind of in the spirit of what we are trying to do. So yeah, that's pretty much cool. If anyone would like to, this is a live stream. If anyone didn't notice, so there will be a video afterwards. But we have these live streams every Friday. We try our best, and yeah. So feel free to comment, ask questions. We will respond immediately. Yeah. So my experience regarding the whole community in 46 Elks is kind of, in a nutshell, it's about building trust. So when you have a community, you have people that trust each other and want to help each other. When you have that atmosphere, when you have that system, then it's easier and more probable that there's going to be more collaboration regarding business, regarding some serious stuff. And yeah, that is the whole point of it, to have support, to support each other, to help each other out, and to kind of be there for each other when you need some feedback, honest feedback, and helpful comments, helpful feedback from other people. So I think that is the kind of the cool thing about it. Yeah. So yeah, cool. It's Friday, and we're all. It's the end of the week, and I hope that we kind of cleared out some of the things that we do here in 46 Elks. Obviously, we didn't cover everything in these 20 minutes, and forgive us if we kind of missed something. But feel free to mention that and comment that if you notice something. So yeah, that's pretty
And
much
reach
it.
out.
Yeah, reach out. Yeah, definitely.
But we might go on Christmas vacation.
Probably we'll see. Yeah, it's next Friday is on Christmas Eve, and the Friday after that is on New Year's Eve. So we'll see. Yeah,
But we will be back, and we
yeah,
are like on email, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter.
yeah. It is important for us to be there and to be available for you. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a nice weekend. Hopefully, we'll see each other in a couple of weeks. That's it. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.